Hi friends, in this video I'm going to break down how to host your first TTRPG stream. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to assume that you already know how to stream to Twitch or to YouTube from a broadcasting system, but you've never actually streamed a TTRPG. Friends, my name is Jess and I've been streaming and producing TTRPGs for the past 2 years on Twitch. So let's get into it. You've got a cast that's going to play, you know what TTRPG y'all are going to stream, you've set up your session 0, your stream date, but now you don't really know what to do next. In terms of first steps, my biggest piece of advice is to set up a completely separate scene collection in your broadcasting system for your TTRPG streams. You may have some hotkeys that are already plugged in for your gaming streams that might not translate over to your TTRPG streams. For example, I have a Who's That Pokemon hotkey for my regular games whenever I bring my cat Hot Dog on stream. This went off during a D&D stream, which was very funny, but it was very unwanted and also very unexpected. In terms of creating that new scene collection, it's pretty easy. You'll just go to scene collection, new, and then create the scene collection that you want. My two scene collections, as you can see, are titled regular streams, TTRPG streams. So very much encourage you to create these. We'll come back to your scenes to actually set them up after you've worked on your layout, other scene images, and your promo photo. I personally use Canva Premium to make my stream layouts, but you could use whatever platform you're most comfortable with. You'll just want to be able to save them as PNGs with a transparent background, or have the ability to make an image transparent after it's been created. Alternatively, if you have a budget, you could also hire an artist to create it for you, or get a pre-made one from someone on Etsy. So let's say that you don't have the budget for an artist and you're going to create your own. Let's go ahead and head on over to Canva to create it. I tend to create a simple background with some boxes overlaying each cast member with their information. You can make these as simple or complex as you like, but once you've created your layout that you'd like to use, you'll save the background as one image and the top layer that has your boxes and cast information as a PNG with a transparent background. Alternatively, if you're using Zoom or Discord or Google Meets or Microsoft Teams, you could literally just screen grab everyone's different video boxes and throw that right onto your OBS if you do not care about a layout. That is totally fine. But I would suggest also creating a promo image to promote your stream on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or whatever platform you are on. For Twitter, I suggest creating a landscape promo image, Instagram a square image, and for TikTok a portrait image. I typically promote on Twitter and I'm also incredibly lazy, so for my starting soon, be right back, and ending screen image, I usually just update my promo image 3 times to say starting soon, be right back, and ending soon. But please feel free to be creative and make it fit within whatever genre of stream you are doing. So now we'll head on back over to your broadcasting system and create all 4 of your scenes. We'll want to create a starting soon, live, BRB, and ending screen. Once you have them all created, you'll add the images into each of the respective screens. When you're inputting the live screen images, be sure to have the bottom background underneath the cast boxes information. I typically name the background bottom, and I'll typically name the cast and boxes layer top. You'll also want to add in your desktop audio as well as your mic input. I really suggest only having desktop audio on the live screen so your audience only hears what you want them to hear and nothing behind the screens. If you'd also like music to play during your starting soon or BRB screen, you can add the music directly into your broadcasting system. While music isn't necessary for a stream, I feel like it really does help the players as well as the audience feel more connected to the story that you're telling. So make sure that you're using non-copyrighted music or have the rights to the music that you're playing. I typically use tabletopaudio.com, which has some amazing TTRPG themed tracks. You can support them through their Patreon and get access to Patreon exclusive tracks or make a donation in their support. Typically, I'll find a track to play for ambient sound throughout the adventure and one to play during combat or tense situations. Each track is 10 minutes long, so I'll typically download those tracks and extend them to 1.5 hours to 2 hours each, so I don't have to manually repeat the tracks. I personally set them up on my Stream Deck, but you could also manually add them as a hotkey on your broadcasting system. I personally like to use GIF alerts that are on theme of the game I'm playing instead of my regular Twitch alerts as well. And finally, I would suggest setting up your chatbot to at minimum have a cast command so folks can use that to find the cast members of the game. I personally link to all of the cast members as well as the adventure module if it's been purchased for the stream. Alrighty, y'all, that is everything that I personally do to get prepped and ready for a TTRPG stream. On the day of the stream, I typically ask folks to show up on the video call about 20 to 30 minutes early so I have time to get them cropped into their boxes via window capture and then crop them all down to size. After you have everyone cropped, you'll want to put these layers underneath the box layer but above the background layer. After getting your layout finalized with your players, you'll want to do your sound check to make sure all of your sound levels are coming out at good levels. And finally, if you're using Zoom, Google Meets, or a video service that you can pin folks in place, I would highly suggest pinning your players in place. That way on break, they can turn off their cameras and just have a peace of mind. Otherwise, if someone turns off their camera, everyone will shuffle around in the meeting and you'll have to reorder them. If this happens or if someone accidentally drops from the call, I would suggest letting chat know that you're working on fixing it. Otherwise, you might get 8 billion messages letting you know that it is messed up. Then I would suggest going into studio mode to actually fix it until the person gets back on the call, in which then you'll have to fix it again. But I like fixing it in the moment just so there's less time where the game looks wonky. You'll also be able to use studio mode to make minor adjustments during stream if someone's moving around and you want to have them centered in their video box. Finally, for the title of your stream, name it something catchy that folks would want to tune into, add the TTRPG or D&D tags, and make sure to change your category to D&D or tabletop role-playing games so folks can find you. Anyways, friends, that's everything that I personally do to get prepped and ready to stream a TTRPG. I hope this was helpful. I hope you are ready now to stream your very first TTRPG. Please let me know in the comments what you plan on streaming first.